Wazitotv, enabling the future of humanity.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it, because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? But I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. You got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? All right, now here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called the cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old, I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who up till this day couldn't see me, who up till this day I couldn't see while I was talking to them, and they couldn't see me, they could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward.
Wazitotv, enabling the future of humanity.
Actually, maybe a little bit too much.
And then what did you do after?
Amazing.
Oh, just
yeah, and I didn't say
shakes and win.
USWAZI family ya leo kali.
What a music.
So wakushinda kwenye TikTok nikiboeka, uniitaga baby tuonge. Kesha nifunza mideko, minadekezwa, likoroge pendo linoge. Mjuzi wa kunikosoa, nikikosea kunirejesha, nikipotea kama tamu ya ua. Ninye sumu ya nini? Marashi yanipulizia, minanukia, nimeridhia, najivunia macho yake malegevu. Kama nanita yanira sana, raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda. Baby nahisi raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda.
Oh man, we ni moja ndani ya mbili, watatu wanini kwenye shaba we madini. Baby boo, penzi letu liwe kyota, ondoa mashaka, sogea ujinafasi. Unajua kuni love kama navyotaka, kitandani unaniendesha, we dereva mtata. Hivi uliumbwa kati gani mwanele kumba kukosea? Umedamshi sinyora Margarita, te amo, tazama dichumvini. Karanga tachambua kasaida karoli, mtoto sop nipe nyavu ntie goli. Bala, leo mabao tatu bila.
Baby nahisi raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda. Baby nahisi raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda.
Yo, huyu dem si ni mufiti, huyu dem si ni muril. Nimempima hadi na Blu-ray, huyu dem ni moriji. Napiga mbizi hadi ufueni kumlaki malikia. Karibu ghetto Swahilini nikakupe vibamia. After all mami, mimi si ofisi, mimi ni mvulana mzuri. Please take it easy, hapo nje wewe unang'ara na bado ndani ni roho safi. Ninashukuru kuwa na wewe, ninajiita mwenye bahati na
wewe nje. Nimekupenda ndani hadi nje. Wewe ndiye nimechagua, achana tufe. Hai mabebe, nimekupenda ndani hadi nje. Sema kweli, tumezaliwa, achana tufe. Baby nahisi raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda. Baby nahisi raha sana kwasa. Unavyonikwata, unajua kunipenda.
Beats music.
Menrao, check it. Yo. School. Check it.
Mini nasaka chapa gizani, mini na trap na buda wezani. Mini nasaka chapa gizani, mini na trap na buda wezani. Mini nasaka chapa gizani, mini na trap na buda wezani. Mini nasaka chapa gizani, mini na trap na buda wezani. Awezani, mi usaka chapa gizani. Mina trap na buda wezani. Na ukileta noma na kubani. Na ni sahi, wailai, skudanganyi. I'm so confident, like the president. Mahita itabidi wasome my compliment. Rapper Mayne, ndani ya document. Kuna madem ujifanya Johnny hard to get. Nitawaingiza box kisha niwa screenshot. Huyu dem anataka nimpe a lot. Most cases na wacheza niko on the spout. Mi uva Gucci Chanel, Asi chain, Ndopa spend Louis Vuitton I get next. Niki sanya matao za keja, nikifanya hufa like a favor. Lakini try na mchinja na reza, hii track ni kali, itamajeleza play hii track iweze kuchezwa mpaka chambuni. Shati inamei, na maanisha mtaka yote ukosa yote. Mawindo ni gizani, mi usaka kote kote. Rapper man, mi na trap vitu zote zote. Mili nasaka chapa gizani, mili na trap na buto gizani. Mili nasaka chapa gizani, mili na trap na buto gizani. Mili nasaka chapa gizani, mili na trap na buto gizani. Mili nasaka chapa gizani, mili na trap na buto gizani. Floss my nigga we ball, my nigga we tryna be figure we out. I be making the moves, running the city, I'm doing for cloud. They keep on asking, man, draw where he's about. I'm coming in real, my nigga I'm lit. Buddha boss where's fit, rap moto kali neat. Dap kwa beat, uto yo tip. Shut up if you mention my name. Fuck you if you tryna be me. Lose control if you see me. Daily I'm searching for mula, ni buy some dollar. Nikipatiza food, shanta na mahitaji. Na nikitoka kwa msoto, I feel so good. I'm searching for mali, nikule yo honey. Rapper
Stonish gang forever.
Talbot's music.
Ukinipata nimechill zimerundana, nizo west zimeriet niko dreamland. Na ya kiuno iko set kan kupimana, heavy bass airport kanimetua.
Kwa nyumba sindo pikaga na meko, daily niko trees na playlist ni ya repo. Fashion ya macho, weavers ndo sito wa labels. Vijana kipull up huo wameja mapepo.
Haski huku west, kwaini ligo, bado huku west. Vijana wana ego, ukona coins less. Ambia you are people, chocolate my best. Hiyo ndo hit the bullseye, why can I lie? Kwa street mini Buddha, I know you hate my grind, but kuwezi shusha. I know people who can die for me, na wesi yo moja. I know you hate me, na your friends sijepona. I see you, mungependa niwe kwa koma, but I see you kwa hizi chom nikicho.
When he gets, they keep pull up na my people. He said it's the west, me ubonga na my friend. No, west I life hard, but mama prays for a little boy. Sometimes I stay holy, sometimes I hang out with demons. I ain't scared, I play at the sick with the pigas. Pako zako zi, we can't vibe, we ain't equal. Ronda ni cold, usipo mana puna shiva. Weather ubadilika vijana ni sativa. Atukwa paya cause he notice you ain't paying. I don't give a damn, you wash angwa iko rain. Soda ghetto si ukunywa ka champagne. I got no feelings now, I'm married to the game. Success ni process nazidi kuwa mbioni. God aki blessings sisa ghetto my homies. Success ni process nazidi kuwa mbioni. God aki blessings sisa ghetto my homies.
Ukinipata nimechill zimerundana, nizo west zimeriet niko dreamland. Na ya kiuno iko set kan kupimana, heavy bass airport kanimetua.
Kwa nyumba sindo pikaga na meko, daily niko trees na playlist ni ya repo. Fashion ya majuu, weavers ndo sito wa labels. Vijana kipull up huo wameja mapepo.
Talbot's music.
Hey, KEZZY. Hey. Rada ya kukata kata na idha inatuacha acha. Niko form bila kata maja, tunga usimwage utabanja banja. Hizo walenje na tenje utasaka mchana. Kuna giza na ukifika wetingiza neza fika besa tisa. Ukipiga ninapiga, kituliza na tuliza. Niko juu ya kibao bao, wetaka mtu wa mbao mbao. Tuko rende na tumebeba mawembe, wengi ndio wako mbele. Toka NAKURU tunai Robi, muna tupata wanai. Bling zote nimezigeuza rosari. KEZZY, daddy, my baby, mami. Unadai mali kuja bonda mali. Producer lidai ndawateka kwa kiss. Mangoma ma-audio nimejaza kwa list. Kwa Naren kapienga nani, mzinga na jinyongea solo nani. Kwa hii lazima watati, baadaye na mi lazima nitahit. Ujinga na upuzi mwanangu sifil. Ukijifanya lusi kibaki ndomi, mjuaji ndomi. Cheki, mtumba na dunga najua ni origi. Vazi za duka nkujeka kwa ligi. Cheki, hapo Kanu Street niulizie KEZZY niga beach. Ponda mali ukikam mtwangu, boru usifike na jam. Jerusa, hapo kipika nyeusi. Siwe, neza zidi ndani ngambo. Kuna boys wangu walidandi wongwaro. Nasikia lishindo jo kuvuka baro. Napiga haso, napiga show. Nakunja maso, nakimbiza do. Nani nadai kublow, KEZZY nadai kublow. Uliza nai, aizo KEZZY niko ready kublow. Niko ready kushit, niko ready kupiss. Alama ya cross kwa header speed. Kama style
fit. Usijifanye rafiki video za ngoma squeeze na mademo unaweza najisi wanaepaga nikifika mimi ndo ofisi halisi. Unanipata pata, swini baby na kudata data. Young nigga nina father figure, niko ready kugandamiza. Wanababa ika wakiniona aizokezi wanakata misa. Kukatalika ingeni waste maisha. Niko misa, mimi ndo kisa. Kani dona diamond noti fundi na mwachia mita. Acha sabre nipige vita na kwanga mble na wa vita. Nimemada ngoma kabisa, wakitaka nitaiti.
Sherehe tunapiga sikionjo, za stress weka kando. Tunanukia fresh fresh sio kondo, baby come to my condo. Ukisha marina nipiga nyundo, ukiyuno falipupa hadi Kongo. Parties on work ni bidongo, yolo yolo mpaka ngambo. Kama huna form bossing bo, tunachapa moratina za kitambo. Kadem kame iva ita bobo, vitu tam tam yogo yogo, vitu mwera mwera jogo jogo, vitu fine fine dogo dogo. You wanna live once, YOLO YOLO. Life pretty nice, YOLO YOLO YOLO. You never know tomorrow, YOLO YOLO YOLO. I feel life pretty nice, YOLO YOLO YOLO. You never know tomorrow, YOLO YOLO YOLO.
Leo tunakata maji kuliko Moses. Hapa good vibe, hakuna nonsense. Kijana holy basilika, basi leta hizo pombe na birika. Leo tunaharibika itena kina Regina. Drinks iko hapa muwezi kumaliza. Tunakata maji, leta kanyama na kachumbari. Na isifikie wazazi, maana picha tunachoma mpaka ndani. Tunakata maji, leta kanyama na kachumbari. Na isifikie wazazi, maana picha tunachoma mpaka ndani.
Life pretty nice, YOLO YOLO YOLO. You never know tomorrow, YOLO YOLO YOLO. I say life pretty nice, YOLO YOLO YOLO. You never know tomorrow, YOLO YOLO YOLO. Party all night, party till the sun goes down. We party all night, we party till the sun goes down. Zadushika, drunken masalika. Natty nice, Zadushika, drunken masalika. So natty nice, Zadushika, drunken masalika. Natty nice, Zadushika, drunken masalika. So natty nice. Natty nice. So natty nice.
Wazitotv, enabling the future of humanity.
Life is not easy at all. There's gonna be challenges. You're gonna get beat down. That's the way life is.
Life will knock you between the eyes. It will catch you on the blind side, come out of nowhere, stuff you can't anticipate. That will knock the wind out of you. You want to give up.
You will not be challenged in your convenience. You will be challenged in your chaos.
When you run out of money, when things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong? If you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's gonna happen. All that matters is that you gotta get up.
You have to get up.
Whatever experience you're having right now, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. Sometimes you have to just back up and go within yourself and pray and meditate and recharge your batteries. Go away, clear your head, and then come back and look at it from a different vantage point. Don't operate while you're under the spell or the effect of what's going on. Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back.
We live in a society where mediocrity is often rewarded. I wanted to be a man that detests mediocrity. I love to see people who were getting beat down, and there's scenes. There's scenes that just drove me, and people in my Hell Weeks, I was in 3 of them, they'd always hear me singing these songs, humming these songs in torturous situations. When everybody's quitting this fucking code, I would be somewhere gone, somewhere fucking gone, and somewhere fucking dark as shit. I love the fucking guy who just fucking fights. And so I put these things in as reminders that you're gonna have to fucking suffer, man. This fucking 0.25, man, man, you're gonna have to fucking suffer to go from this fat, insecure motherfucker to one of the best guys on the planet Earth. This journey is gonna take something that is gonna be incomprehensible to most people.
There's another kind of instinct that you need to be on the lookout for, and this one is a liar. This one is a saboteur. Well, this one is a backbiter. And like the devil himself, he's a shapeshifter. He's gonna disguise himself and make you think he's got your best interest in mind, but he doesn't. This is the instinct that says, you've had enough. This is the instinct that says, you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. This is the instinct that says, you can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen.
You don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to hate somebody, to want revenge, to want to get back at somebody, to beat yourself up over the head. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me.
Wazitotv, enabling the future of humanity.
Oh, Fireboy, Firebreeze, oh, hey. Shasbaro, ni kadogo kazuri kamegaramikiwa, katoto yani mia, kakibiringa bayoyo mina changanyikiwa, kamoyo kana paramia. Ni kadogo kazuri kamegaramikiwa, katoto yani mia, kibiringa bayoyo mina changanyikiwa, kamoyo kana paramia. Baby, ningalamo, Nichange change baby oh oh, mapenzi yamechanganiro. Chimwaye mwaye baby oh oh, baby ningalamo. Nichange change baby oh oh, mapenzi yamechanganiro. Chimwaye mwaye baby oh oh. Timbirika, 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 mama. Timbirika, timbirika, tata. Timbirika, timbirika, sasa. Timbirika, 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 timbirika. Nishike mkono nipeleke pembeni, nipe taratibu mwenzako sina deni. Ukiwa na jambo nitakupa mapenzi, mimi aliko Dangote kila kona mapeni. Nishike mkono nipeleke pembeni, nipe taratibu mwenzako sina deni. Ukiwa na jambo nitakupa mapenzi, mimi aliko Dangote kila kona mapeni. Baby ningalamo. Nichange change baby oh oh, mapenzi yamechanganiro. Chimwaye mwaye baby oh oh, baby ningalamo. Nichange change baby oh oh, mapenzi yamechanganiro. Chimwaye mwaye baby oh oh. Timbirika, 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 mama. Timbirika, timbirika, tata. Timbirika, timbirika, sasa. Timbirika, I say fire, 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 ah, fire bwize, fire. Mtoto anawasha moto, fire, 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 fire. Vera sidika mama, fire, 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 fire. Ah, Huda anawasha moto, fire, 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 fire. Ah, fire, fire, fire.
JUSSNERA, the Rambo